Lesson 123. The root and fundamental point upon which all else is dependent. The root and fundamental point upon which all else is dependent is to bond oneself to the tzaddik of the generation. Nach, nachman. Accepting his assessment of all things. Accepting his assessment of all things, whether minor or major. Not diverging from anything he says, whether to the right or to the left. As the sages said, even if he tells you that the right is the left. And casting aside all of one's own wisdom, putting aside one's own ideas, and casting aside all of one's own wisdom, putting aside one's own ideas, as if one had no understanding at all besides that which one receives from the tzaddik and teacher of the generation. And as long as one maintains some of one's own understanding, one has not yet reached this ideal and is not considered bound to the tzaddik. Now, when the Israelites received the Torah, they were in possession of great wisdoms. For the contemporary idolatry of that time was based upon mistaken but great wisdoms and philosophies, is known. Had the Israelites not cast aside their wisdom, they would not have accepted the Torah, for they would have been able to refute it all, and nothing that Moses did for them would have been of any avail. Even all the signs and awesome wonders that he did before their eyes would have been of no avail. Even today, there are heretics who foolishly and mistakenly deny on account of their own wisdom. On account of their own wisdoms. But the holy people of Israel saw the truth and cast aside their wisdoms, believing in God and in his servant Moses. And on account of this, they accepted the Torah. This is the meaning of the Targum of the verse: a people who were novel, foolish, and unwise. The Targum translates, a people who accepted the Torah without being clever. For the acceptance of the Torah was mainly because they were unwise, and that is by their casting aside all of their wisdoms. This is alluded to in the acronym of novel, lamed base, 32. Netivois, lamed base, lave, lamed base, netivois, lamed base, lave, netivois, novel, pathways, which is the totality of the Torah, which is the true wisdom against which all other wisdoms are irrelevant. So novel represents the Torah, which is called novlois, wiltings of the sublime wisdom. Come and see now how this Targum is clear and resolved, for it is otherwise a great riddle about which everyone wonders why the word novel, foolish, degenerate, is translated as referring to the receiving of the Torah. But now, how eloquent are these words of the Targum. Now, the essential service of God is simplicity, uprightness, fear of God, and abstention from evil, without sophisticated wisdom. After it was said of King Solomon, he became wiser than all. After it was said of King Solomon, he became wiser than all men. After it was said of King Solomon, he became wiser than all men. He said, "I am a boor among men and possess no human understanding." Similarly, Asaph said, "I am a boor who does not know. I am like an animal before you." It is also written, "There is no wisdom, understanding, or counsel before God." Oh, there's no wisdom, understanding, or counsel before God.